Hi everybody, the Empowered Target here. I wanted to talk about something that has deeply affected me and affects me more and more as time passes, and that's the restrictions that I face as a targeted individual. Everybody knows that the goal of COINTELPRO Ultra 2.0, whatever they're calling the new COINTELPRO these days, is, we know the goal of the asset stripping, but the ultimate goal is really just to make your life miserable and really hard. So hard, in fact, that you just no longer want to continue living. So, some of the restrictions that I face going through what I'm going through is, I'd made a video about a cybersecurity breach that had occurred at a business that I dealt with many, many years ago, which I think is laughable because everybody already knows that the government has hacked into my phone and my computers and my cameras. It's like, what's the point? Are we looking for a new scapegoat? So if my money's missing, it's this cybersecurity breach as opposed to the people that are targeting me through the COINTELPRO program. I mean, the whole thing is kind of an extra added step that's not really necessary because I already know that everything is hacked. But because of that, I can't do online banking. I can't apply for certain things. I can't ever check my bank balance online. I have to go everywhere in person as opposed to doing everything over the phone or over the computer because everything's hacked. And it's really obvious that it's hacked. And just losing the right to being treated like a tax-paying citizen. The right to the freedom to live in peace in your own home. That's everybody's right. That right has been stolen from me. Actually, it's been stolen from me a long time ago. Because I think I was targeted maybe starting back in 2017, as far back as that. But, and slowly and progressively, all this stuff started happening. And I don't believe in coincidences. I really don't. It can't be a coincidence that all these bad things were happening and I was forced out of all these jobs. But it's just the restricted life that is so hard for me to deal with. I can't drink the water in my home. So I have to make coffee, make tea, brush my teeth with bottled water. Now I do shower, and I don't see that there's been any effect on bathing or taking a shower, but I will not ingest the water just because I see what they do to my HVAC system. I can only imagine what they're doing to my water. And of course, there's nobody that I can call to test the water because everybody that I contact, they get to them first, and they corrupt them. So there is no safe zone, especially when you are being used as a human guinea pig and a human receiver, and they can read your mind and they know what you're going to do before you know. So there's no way to hide, or you just have to, everything has to be out in the open. And it's very obvious to me that everybody that I deal with is involved. Number one, because they have to be. Their own safety depends upon it. And number two, their behavior is very suspicious behavior. But, when you see lots and lots and lots of different people all doing the same thing, that kind of raises a little bit of a red flag. So the restrictions as a targeted individual, finding medical help. I think I mentioned in an earlier video where I went to get my blood work that I get for my annual doctor's appointment, my annual physical, and they tried to collapse my vein. She stuck the needle in my vein, and I do have some very prominent veins because I do lift weights, and I'm a very thin person. She stuck that needle in my vein and turned it and twisted it, and I was yelling in pain. And she literally said to me, I don't know why that hurts. And I had a huge bruise on my arm. And I will never go back there again. And that's the same place I always go every year to get my blood work. It's no longer safe for me to do anything like that. My doctor's office, I believe they're involved. There's been some very unusual, I've been with them for years, so some very unusual behavior going on there, especially with them not processing my health insurance properly or not turning in the right information, and I'm dealing with constant mistakes with claims. It's way too obvious that this is all premeditated, and they're all part of it. One of the things that the perps have been doing with this radiation is I have very healthy teeth. I always have. And I usually go to the dentist every 2 years or once a year. And they've been getting rid of my fillings in my mouth. They're like lasering them out. I'm not sure how they're doing it. But I feel the pain. I feel the change in my teeth. And I spit out a filling. And my thinking is they're trying to get me to go back to the dentist, and God knows what they're going to insert in my mouth. It's to the point where you don't want to sound paranoid, but it's a realistic fear based on everything else that's going on. So I'm afraid to get medical help because I don't know who I can trust. I normally would get a colonoscopy, but I'm not going to be knocked out because I don't know what they're going to do to me while I'm under. So I did something called Cologuard. And I still don't even know the results. My doctor never called me with the results. So these are just a few examples or some of the restrictions that I have had to face as a targeted individual, as I like to call it, as a non-human. And, it's just powering through that because, of course, it's heinous. Of course, it's unfair. Of course, it's just another hurdle that we have to jump over. And, let me know what's going on with you. Hopefully, some of you have easier lives than I do. Hopefully, you have more freedom. But I would be very curious to know. So please like and subscribe to my channel. I have a lot of very important information on the channel that can help with protection and with, if you just check out my videos, you'll see the smoothies that I make. And hopefully I'm helping some people to stay strong. I'm educating some people. And I'm trying to show everybody not only what I'm going through, but what's working for me so far. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know that any of us do. So I take my life day by day. And I am just powering through and trying to be badass and fighting the good fight. And hopefully all of you are as well. Take care.